channel today. We are going to do a quick 15-minute yoga practice today. So just short enough to get your heartbeat moving, get you feeling good. And I mean, come on, tell me right now that you do not have 15 minutes. You tell him. He's saying, I know you have 15 minutes. No excuses. So go ahead and meet me on your mat and we're going to have some fun today. Starting in mountain pose, we're going to bring the hands up above the head to begin. And then bring them down to the heart. From here we bow all the way down to forward fold. Make that upper body nice and heavy. Maybe you pedal out the heels, stretch into the hamstrings just a bit. Or perhaps ragdoll pose sounds a bit more exciting. Maybe you want to focus on letting the upper body fall heavy. Whatever feels right here, just wiggling out through the low half, releasing any tension that might be there. Release the hands back to the ground and find a halfway lift. Placing the hands back down there, let's find a high plank. From here, flow into upward facing dog. And next we meet into our downward facing dog. Same thing here, making the body nice and loose, nice and comfortable here in our space. Pedaling out the heels, maybe switching the hips left and right. Just taking some organic shapes here. Make yourself comfy. Working those heels one at a time towards the ground. On an inhale, find a leg lift on the left side. Exhale, you bend the knee, pull it into the chest. Let the knee hover right above the rib cage and inhale, extend it back out. 2 more times like that. Engage the core. Exhale, bend it in. Eyes look down at the knee and inhale, extend out. 1 last time, make it your best time. Exhale, pull in and inhale, extend out. Use the breath to guide the movement. This time as you bend the knee in, let it come all the way through to low lunge. From here, right hand stays on the mat, left arm lifts up super high once you got your balance here in a twisting low lunge. Eyes can be looking up at that left hand. Let's go ahead and release. As we lift the arms up above the head, lifting the torso up above the hips into our crescent warrior. Bring the hands to the heart as you twist over to the left for twisting praying lunge. See if that right elbow maybe wants to come to the left thigh. If it does and you want to take it 1 step further, you can try extending the arms so that right arm comes down to the floor on the outside of the left foot. Maybe the left arm reaches up high, or maybe the hands stay at the heart. Let's come back to crescent lunge. As we release the hands down to frame the front foot, take a big step all the way back to downward facing dog. Pedal out here, get yourself back comfy into your space. Find a leg lift here on the right side. This time we're going to take those 3 sunbirds. So exhale, pull it into your chest. Find that plank alignment and inhale, extend out. 2 more times. Exhale, pull it in close to the upper body. And inhale, extend out. Exhale 1 last time here as you pull the knee in close to the upper body. And inhale, extend out. Alright, meeting in that deep low lunge, let's go ahead and twist the opposite way this time. So right hand goes high, left arm stays low. Release the hands back to low lunge as you bring those arms up above the head, lifting high into crescent lunge. From here, let's go ahead and bring the hands to our heart to prepare for that twist. Bring both shoulders over to the right. Stay there, or perhaps the left tricep can come to the outer right thigh. Choose here if you'd like to extend the arms in opposite directions, or they can stay at heart center. Remembering the shoulders can also stay high here, your choosing. Alright, returning back to crescent lunge, release the hands down to the ground, take that right foot and step it all the way back to downward facing dog. Pedal out those feet. Once again, coming comfortable here. Let's go ahead and drop down to all 4s. Once you're here, crawl those fingertips past the top of your mat, coming into heart to earth pose. So the hips stay high, you're melting the heart into the earth. Haha, that's where the name comes from. Push your forehead and the brow bone into the earth as well. Let's go ahead and walk the hands back underneath the shoulders, back into forward fold. Bring in that left arm super high and then go ahead and slide it underneath the right for thread the needle. So we're stretching through that left shoulder. Bring it back up to the top and then slide it back underneath 1 more time. Stretching through that left side of the upper body. Bringing the arm back up nice and high. Let's release that left arm. This time do the same on the right. Start by reaching it up super high. Slide it underneath that left arm. Hold for a breath. Inhale brings you back up, reaching that right arm high, and go ahead and slide it under the left side body 1 last time. Reaching back up to the sky 1 last time, release the right hand down. Let's meet back into downward facing dog on the exhale. Here, gaze looks to fingertips, walking all the way up to our forward fold position. Reverse swan dive all the way up to our tall mountain pose, Tadasana. Hands meet at the heart. I'm going to turn sideways here for demonstration purposes. Go ahead and bring the feet as wide as the mat, toes angle outward as you lower down into Malasana, our low squat. So hands stay at the heart, trying your best to get the triceps on the inside edge of the thighs. You can walk the hands forward here, arching in the spine to stretch a little bit deeper, or you can stay right here. If you would like to play with an arm balance, you can release the hands to the ground, shifting your weight forward, coming into our low crane pose here if you would like. Otherwise, staying in Malasana. Whichever you would like, just play around with this pose. Let's go ahead and meet back in Malasana. Come on to the balls of the feet. We're going to slowly, oh yes, that burn, slowly rise up, tapping into the calves. Once you've stood up all the way, release the heels down to the ground. Super fun. Let's meet back in mountain pose, feet hip width distance apart. Easy for you to say. We're going to go ahead and bring that left foot up to 90-degree angle. Inhale, bring the arms up above the head. Try to bring the right hand to the outside edge of the left knee. Left arm can go behind you as we get a little bit of a twist here through the spine. Release back to center, arms come high. We're going to shift that left leg behind us, dropping into a crescent lunge. From here, let's open up into Warrior Two, so that back left heel has now met the ground. From here, we're going to flip the front right palm, hinge forward as much as you can, and then reach back into Reverse Warrior. So left hand grabs on the left hamstring, or the forearm can go into the small of the back, working that hand towards the top of the right thigh. Release back to Warrior Two. From here, we come into extended side angle. So right forearm rests on the right thigh, left hand up overhead. Or if the flexibility allows it, the hand can come down on the inside edge of the right foot. Left arm is still open over the head no matter where you are. Go ahead and use your obliques to lift back up to Warrior Two. Transition into Crescent Lunge to make it a little bit easier to release all the way back up to that standing position as we started. Excellent job. Release the hands and release the foot. Try to do so without dropping the ground, coming into tree pose. So finding a good place on the side of your inside right thigh to place that left foot on. Hands can stay down at the side, or they can come to heart center, or they can go up above the head. Wherever you would like, find that spot in the room that isn't going to move. Bring all your focus, all your attention to that still place. Go ahead and release the arms, release that left leg as we meet back in our tall mountain pose. This time starting by bringing that right knee up to a 90-degree angle, gain your balance. Inhale, arms come up over the head. This time bring the left hand to the outside edge of the right knee. Right arm opens up behind you. Get that twist through the spine. Keep your stability and balance. Release the twist back to standing. Step that right leg back into Crescent Lunge just to transition into Warrior Two here with the arms out to a T. Flip the left palm, hinge forward, then release back to our Reverse Warrior. Hand can come crawling towards that top left thigh if you would like. No matter where you are, let's release back to Warrior Two at this time as we transition into that extended side angle pose. Remembering the forearm can stay on the left thigh, or perhaps the left hand works its way down to the earth. You're choosing. Challenge yourself here today. Let's work back to Warrior Two. Transitioning into Crescent Lunge, pop that right heel up, and let's lift back and get your balance, Hannah. There we go. From here, we're going to transition into tree pose. Try to do so without releasing that right foot to the earth, but if it drops, that's fine. However long it takes you to get into tree pose, find your hand positioning once you're there, either at heart center or the arms up above. Go ahead and release. Shake it out, release any tension. Go ahead and come into the middle of your mat. Bring the arms up above the head. From here, step the left foot back, come onto the ball of the foot. Lift that leg once you have the balance as you slowly start to tick-tock down, coming into Warrior Three. Your goal is to be one straight line of energy. Let's go ahead and bring the hands to the heart as we prepare for Shiva squats. That looks like bending both knees at the same time so the left kneecap can come to the right calf. And then we straighten back out to Warrior Three. 2 more times. Bending both knees, find that Shiva squat. Inhaling, extending out. Exhale, contract. 1 last time. I know these suck, but they are amazing for the legs. Inhale, extend back out. Reaching the arms back above the head to gracefully drop the hands down to the earth, coming into standing splits. This pose is so funny because while I'm in it, I always feel like my leg is reaching up to the sky, but it's like basically at a 90-degree angle. So just try your best. From here, release back to forward fold. Both hands, both feet on the earth. And inhale, reverse swan dive to reach up all the way to our tall mountain pose. Let's do so on the other side. So right foot comes back, lifting that right leg up when you have the balance, tick-tocking down, lowering the arms, lifting the thigh. Hands come to heart center. Exhale brings you into that Shiva squat. Right kneecap to left calf this time. Inhale, extending out. 2 more times. Pulling the knees together. Inhaling, extending out. 1 last time. You got it. Exhale, pull them together. Inhale, extend out. Both legs are straight. Go ahead and bring the arms up above the head. And slowly then release the hands down to the ground to find that standing split. So as you see, I'm still struggling on this side. I worked out my legs right before this video, so my hammies are quite tight. So just make the space your own. Be comfortable. Let's release back to our forward fold position. From here, dropping down to the knees to find all fours. Step that left foot up to the left hand as you sink low into runner's lunge. So you're pushing the hips forward as much as you can. The flexibility allows it. Maybe you can drop down to the forearms while also letting the head fall heavy towards the ground. Or maybe the hands stay on the earth. Wherever you are, walk the hands back. Step that left knee back. We're going to do the same thing on the right. So send the hips forward as much as they can go. Heart is open. Or perhaps those forearms come down. Maybe you really focus on the upper body falling heavy and the head also falling heavy. Walk the hands back up. Let's release that right knee back under the right hip for all fours. From here, come down to the hips, straighten the legs out in front of you, and then we're going to come into butterfly. So bring the soles of the feet together, knees out to the side, bow forward as much as you can here. Hands have a good grip on the feet. Go ahead and release the feet to the ground, knees stay bent. Engaging the core by lifting the arms up, very slowly lowering down onto the back. We worked the core before we get to relax. Ah, so fun. Excellent. Finally, release the head down. Take a big breath. From here, we're going to come into reclined pigeon. Bring that right ankle to the top left thigh. Pull the legs in close to you, stretching through the outside of that right hip. Go ahead and release, untangle the legs. This time put that outside left ankle on the top right thigh. Working this time on the outside edge of the left hip, perhaps through the left outer thigh as well. Pull the right leg in close to your body. From here, let's find knees to chest, hugging both knees in close. As we transition into happy baby, so grabbing both outside edges of the feet, pulling the legs as close to you as possible. Maybe you find a rocking motion here. Slowly shifting left and right. From here, extending one leg at a time down to the top of your mat. Arms go up above the head as you find a pencil stretch, making yourself as long as possible. Small of the back lifts up. And then one leg at a time, draw them back into your chest. And find some momentum here to rock up to a seated position. Once you get there, we're going to straighten out both legs in front of us this time. Bring the arms up above the head, make yourself nice and tall, and slowly bow forward, reach towards those feet. If they're not accessible, grab whichever part of the leg that is, give them a hug, pull yourself deeply. Maybe you find a small bend in the elbows to make the pose a little bit more dramatic. Shorten the distance between that upper body and the legs. Go ahead and release. Bending in the left knee, we're going to bring the left foot over the right leg. Bring the arms up above the head. Left arm then comes behind you. Try to bring the right tricep to the outside edge of the left knee for that twisting position here through the spine, our seated spinal twist. Slowly releasing, keeping that left knee bent. We're going to find cradle the baby. So as awkward as it is, you're going to try your best to wrap the hands around this foot. If you would like to cradle the baby, you can rock the legs side to side, tap into those hips a little bit more. Let's go ahead and straighten out that left leg, this time bending in the right knee. Hop that right foot over the left thigh. Inhale, arms high. Right arm then comes behind you. Left tricep comes to right knee. Twisting over the right shoulder as deep as you can. Then slowly releasing the twist. Bringing that right leg in close to the torso as much as it can come into happy baby. Or excuse me, cradle the baby. So many babies here. Rocking it side to side if you want. And then you are done.
Thanks so much for watching this video today. If you liked it, don't forget to give me that thumbs up. Also, any comments, whether it's feedback or maybe a suggestion of what you'd like to see, I would love to hear it down below. I'm always interested in talking to you guys and figuring out what you like, what you don't like. Tell me your personal life, just anything. I get bored sometimes. So if you have not yet subscribed, please do that as well, and I hope to see you right here on your mat next week.